college student named Rex is shown hurrying to campus, pedaling his bike. In the middle of the trip, his concentration suddenly breaks when a friend greets him from the side. Rex gets startled, loses his balance, and crashes into a public trash can by the roadside. Because of that unlucky incident, Rex ends up being late for class. Rex is known as a somewhat nerdy student, but not the bookworm type. Instead, he's pretty confident and almost all the time tries to approach lots of women. Unfortunately, his efforts always end in rejection. By the time he turns 21, Rex hasn't even had any experience with women. Because of that, Rex becomes even more obsessed, and his foolishness often makes him the butt of his own friends' jokes. One day, Alex, who earlier caused Rex to get slammed by a door, shows absolutely no guilt. Even after entering the classroom, Alex deliberately sprays glue on Rex's seat. This is what Rex's campus life is like almost every day, full of trouble from his friends.
Bien, Rex. Años era bastante avanzado.
While the lecture is in progress, their professor announces that the class will be doing research off campus. After the class ends, they all head straight to the research site. Along the way, Rex once again doesn't escape his friends' pranks. When they arrive at the location, the group is welcomed by the site's guard. Not long after, they start examining various objects there. While the other students focus on their work, Rex is instead busy with his own business. A few minutes later, they find a cave and decide to go inside. Rex goes in last. While inside the cave, Rex accidentally spots a chunk of diamond. Without asking the guard for permission, Rex slowly tries to take it, but suddenly, the diamond emits a bright light, and the cave immediately shakes violently. Sometime after the incident, Rex wakes up from unconsciousness and finds himself in the middle of a desert. Rex is confused and doesn't understand how he ended up in that strange place. Rex tries calling his friends and his professor too, but not a single one of them is in sight. In the end, Rex decides to walk across the desert while hoping to find someone he can ask. After wandering for a long time, Rex is suddenly startled by a group of cavemen looking for food. Curious, Rex approaches and tries to ask whether they've seen his friends. But the cavemen instead throw stones at him and chase him. Rex immediately runs as fast as he can. Luckily, Rex manages to escape and then stops to rest on some rocks. The next morning, a caveman woman named Iba suddenly appears right behind Rex. Iba wakes Rex up by sniffing him. Rex immediately wakes up in shock when he realizes a caveman woman is touching him. This moment becomes the start of a very different day for Rex compared to his entire life before. Iba looks very happy to find a new friend. Rex feels the same because he's finally not alone anymore in that strange place, and at the same time sees a chance to get closer to the woman. It doesn't take long before the two of them start getting along. They run around here and there like two people, enjoying each other's company. Rex then tries to teach Ebba to speak and asks her name. Unfortunately, Ebba doesn't seem able to talk like Rex. Even so, Rex keeps trying to interact with her. Ebba herself doesn't show any anger and instead often laughs at Rex's behavior. After that, Rex invites Iba to play in a gap between the rocks. Rex tries to calm Iba when he wants to check her more closely. But the moment he touches her a little, Rex immediately gets punched by Iba, who's startled because she feels ticklish when touched for the first time. Even so, Iba isn't really angry, and instead gets curious which part Rex touched that made her ticklish. That night, they light a campfire. In front of the fire, Rex again tries to teach Iba a few simple words. They keep learning together. And that night, Rex chooses not to try anything weird because he's afraid of making Iba mad at him. The next morning, Rex and Iba are shocked out of their minds when they see a giant bear already standing right in front of them. Since they clearly still want to survive, they immediately run as fast as possible. After running quite far, they finally manage to escape the bear's chase. After that incident, Rex and Iba agree to look for a higher place so they'll be safe from wild animals. They head to a rocky cliff to take shelter. As someone used to observing, Rex starts writing down all the experiences he's going through in his personal notebook. Rex hopes that one day he'll be able to tell everything when he meets his professor again.
Sus costumbres no son tan similar.
Without them realizing it, From a distance, a caveman can be seen, as if he's following them. Toward the evening, Iba comes to the simple bed Rex made. Rex looks very happy, and starts trying to persuade Iba so he'll be allowed to get closer to her. Rex even says that their closeness later could result in a human child. But from a distance, the leader of the cavemen group can be seen crawling up toward them. By accident, the caveman pulls a rope and instead messes up Rex's plan. Because the situation isn't possible anymore, they finally choose to just walk around the desert while studying various kinds of plants. Rex also has time to invite Iba to take a photo using the analog camera he brought from the future. In the afternoon, Rex still doesn't give up. Rex tries approaching Iba again. But once again, another caveman comes, because he's curious seeing them. The man accidentally messes up the situation again, and ends up knocking Rex and Iba down under him. Because they keep getting disturbed by random people, Rex finally asks Iba to move to another, quieter place. When Rex takes out the storage balloon that he only has one of, Iba instead gets curious and blows the balloon. Rex, who is actually still afraid about the possibility of having descendants, finally chooses to postpone his intention. The next morning when Rex wakes up, Rex realizes Iba is no longer beside him. Rex immediately panics and hurriedly looks for her everywhere. It turns out Iba left while Rex was still asleep. On the other side, when Iba comes back to that place, Iba is also shocked because Rex isn't there. All day long, they search for each other. Both of them almost lose hope. Luckily, just before sunset, Iba finally finds Rex, who is still looking for her. They feel very relieved and happy, like two people who were separated for a long time and finally meet again. The next day, while the group of cavemen are playing in the sand, another group suddenly comes and attacks. They all get captured and are about to be made prey by that group. At the same time, Rex, who earlier wanted to be alone with Iba, fails again because they get captured too. When Iba is almost turned into a meal, Rex manages to break free. Rex then does an experiment by scaring that hunter group. Rex disguises himself like a monster and lights the firecrackers he brought from the future. The plan works. The group immediately gets terrified and runs away in panic. In the end, Rex successfully saves everyone. Rex is considered a hero and starts being highly respected by the cavemen. Iba also grows more affectionate toward Rex. At that moment, Rex finally gets to enjoy time alone with Iba by the riverside without any disturbance. After that incident, Rex accidentally finds his glasses. From that, Rex immediately remembers that the place is the original location where Rex was stranded in the desert. Following his memory, Rex finally manages to return to the cave entrance and meets his friends again. Rex tries hard to explain everything Rex has been through, but not a single one of them believes him, including his professor. Because he's upset, Rex decides he wants to go back into the cave, but his friends hold him back. Not long after, suddenly, one member of the cavemen group appears from inside the cave and surprises everyone. It turns out, the caveman knows the guard of that place. Apparently, the guard once experienced the same thing as Rex, which was entering a dimensional portal and meeting cavemen in the past. After hearing that story, they all finally believe Rex. Rex then goes back into the cave to meet his girlfriend Iba. Because he feels he has found his life partner, Rex decides to stay there forever.